here's a short demo of the application. So basically what I have here is the front end, where you can upload your own data if you want to. And there's a box, so if you do so, you would have to insert your API key again, and your API key should be inserted over here. So if I insert my API key, and I'll revoke this after the video. Oh, let's see here. Then you insert it here. There we go. So for starters, I just included a small data set on IMDb movies. Yeah, here it is. And then you can basically interact with it. So I could say, what is the highest rated movie? And there we have it. So the answer is the highest rated movie is The Dark Knight with a rating of 9. And I added logging, so you can see here what happens. Essentially, it generates a SQL query saying select title, rating from IMDb movies data, order by rating, yada yada yada, and then it gets the conclusion. So let's say instead of, then we can say when was The Dark Knight released? Oh yeah, and then yeah, again the SQL statement, and here's the answer. And I think with these LML large language models is that they're really robust. So here I said the 2 times, and I actually spelled The Dark Knight wrong in terms of how the query should be and stuff like that, which is probably because The Dark Knight is a fairly known movie, so it automatically spells it right. But then let's say I say, show how the average movie rating has evolved over time. And then we get a graph. So what happens here is that a SQL query is run, and then the following plot code is generated, and then the data from that SQL query is used with this plot code, and it generates this plot. So you can see there's been a decreasing trend over time. And we can say what are the most popular movie genre. And so here we actually get a plot of different movie genres, and if we zoom in, we can see the most popular one with 50 movies. Is that how? Yes, we can see a popularity is defined as a count, so it's the number of movies in the data set with that genre. And we see there are 50, then 48 with drama. Then the reason is in the data set a genre. In the genre column, there can be like often it's like multiple, so it's action, adventure, sci-fi, and sometimes it's only one. But essentially that's just it. Then you can query it. I haven't added memory. I played a bit around with it. Some results are pretty good, some are worse. The main reason it's not here right now is that it's kind of nice that caching is so much easier if there are no memory, because the prompt is always the same. Like the prompt for one question is always going to be the same. If you have some sort of chat history in your prompt, then it's always going to be slightly different because you might have written slightly different questions beforehand. But you know, it's a thing to play around with. If you want to upload your own data, you can do so. Pick something. Let's say I pick something here I've played around with, and then it's gonna upload. My internet connect, there it is. And then that's this box, so you have to insert the API key again. So let's do that. And then you can go to your new data set, and you can ask questions for it. So I could say show, so this is a banking, how the average rating has evolved over time with the Bang Luna. It is a plot. Oh yeah, because then timestamp is too. It's actually true what happens here. it's the right SQL query and it's the right. But the problem is here that the rating just changes too much, like because timestamp is on a date. It should probably be monthly, something like that. Anyway, try it out and see how it works. It's definitely not perfect. One thing to note is if you look at the code, the main part of the code is in here. The dashboard is just a front end wrapper, and then this is basically just a wrapper for querying the data in SQL, and then that's basically the code. And there's not a lot. And the main thing is the prompts down here. So it's really like not a lot of code, and a bit of prompt engineering takes you a very long way. Yeah, we'd love to work together with other people on this and just, play around with these prompts. Thanks for listening in.